What's going on, RC people? Tony here, CCxRC, and I've got another box here on the bench. This one's kind of interesting. Completely white. No markings on the package whatsoever. This might be a first for me with one of these. But it has a quality seal, which has been opened up nice for me by the customs here in the US, because this was sent to me from GearBest over in China. So I could do a review for you guys to check out what we have right here in the box after the break. Alright, so I thought about doing this unboxing a little different than the rest, but because this package is so interesting, I thought that I would actually just unbox it and let you see it as it comes on out for us. So, without further ado, here we go. Breaking the box. It's not coming out. Didn't need that piece. Alright, so there we have it. Laying on top is this really kind of ugly looking transmitter. Should be functional. But yeah, it is nothing to write home about. It's not going to win any design awards, that's for sure. In fact, mine doesn't even have a throttle on it. There's no trigger. So we will have to get ingenious here and yeah, we'll have to swap out a receiver and see how it runs. What else do we got? Another B3 Compact Pro, basically a balance lead charging unit. I'll open it up for you guys. I will not be using this, but we'll see what kind of a plug it uses for you. And so it's European style, so you'll have to get an adapter, but they're cheap. They're like $1.50 or something. So this car is the ZD Racing 08425, another number system car. Alright, so here is the RC car. So 1/8 scale Buggy, 4-wheel drive, brushless, running a 2700 kV motor. It's an 80 amp ESC, and it comes with, you know, ready to run. However, mine, like I said, not gonna run like that. So we'll open it up and see what the rest of it looks like. The shocks are nice and beefy, that's for sure. Let's see what all comes in the package here for you. And this runs just over 200 bucks. At the filming of this video, it's somewhere around $203 on their site. So here we have our manual. That's pretty good. Actually, it's got like a nice shine to it. It's printed on a nicer paper. Shows you all the build of it. So, not bad. And actually, guys, I'm sitting here making a stink, but here is the little throttle control for this. And so I guess I have to install it, but maybe I can fix it. Alright, so I've run out to the garage here, and we're going to quickly try and see if we can't fix this. Just a few screws to get it apart, wasn't a big deal. Alright, so all I did was I slid it in here, and then I pried it kind of upward onto the pin that's there. There's a flat spot on the top. Real easy. Actually have the spring, everything's working, so we'll put it back together, and hopefully it'll work for us. So here's an antenna, basically protector, our bind plug, and our rear fin. So let's get this assembled. Alright, so there we got it all assembled with the fin on. We're going to push out of the way for one more second, go back to the controller. I was able to fix it, just took out a few screws here on the back and it slipped right in. Wasn't a big deal. The, you know, I'm making fun of the looks, but overall it actually feels good in the hand. And got a nice rubber grip on the steering wheel. You've got your basic steering reverse, throttle reverse, steering dual rate trims, throttle trim, and your on-off here on the bottom. And it takes 8 AA batteries, so invest in stock in AA's and you'll be good to go. Alright, let's look at this thing again. The shocks feel really good. We're going to go ahead and take off the body here and get a look at the innards. I actually like the paint job or whatever on this, the stickers, decals. It looks all right. Not a bad looking body overall. This, however, looks like it'll break. Might want to reinforce that with something. But again, we're looking at a very inexpensive $200 brushless car with big, huge, beefy shocks. Look at those things. Those are pretty mammoth. So, plastic chassis here before we move on. Looks decent enough made. And everything's nicely mounted on here. You, of course, want to check your screws, make sure that they're tight. Nice big beefy shocks again in the front. And they actually feel like they're not too bad. A little bit plush. So, it's got a 9 kilogram torque steering servo mounted right here. Brushless, running a 2700 kV motor, and we've got an 80 amp ESC, and I don't think any of this is going to be waterproof on this. It's not really, I don't think, intended to be as an 8th scale buggy. So in here we've got our battery in a big old battery tray. There we go. Alright, so we've got a 3000 milliamp hour 11.1 volts, so a 3S 20C battery. Now they say online that this gets 30 minutes runtime, and I have a hard time believing that with the brushless motor and the low capacity of this battery. What I'll probably end up doing is modding this to take a Velcro strap that I can just strap the batteries down in here and run a little bit bigger battery. But for now, we'll run it stock so you can see exactly what you'll be getting out of the box. It's got 3 differentials, front, center, rear. Sounds pretty good. It's got chassis stiffeners here, and it's not a completely straight line for your drive line here. It's got a little bit of a bend, but nice access here. So it's running a metal spur gear in here, but overall everything looks really clean. The tires aren't anything to write home about. They feel nice and grippy, and again, for just over 200 bucks, this seems like a pretty rad little investment. It's got aluminum shock towers in the front and in the rear. They say that this will reach speeds of 80 kilometers an hour, or that would be about 50 miles per hour. I'm having a hard time believing that on 20C 3S with a 2700 kV motor. Maybe, maybe it'll surprise me. Maybe it's just light and nimble and the gearing is just set in a way that it's going to just fly. But that's just kind of a little bit hard for me to believe. But it is a nice looking car, and overall, for an 8th scale buggy, it's pretty decent. It's not going to beat your Technos or Team Associated or X-Rays or any of that. Well, maybe, if you have the right driver, but overall, I don't think it's going to be the same quality there. But it's only 200 bucks, fully ready to run, with a battery even. And so we're just going to have to take it out and see how it handles. I love the way that buggies handle in the air, and so I'm excited about taking this out. I haven't had a 1/8 scale before. I have a 10th scale buggy, and I really like running it, but I'm really looking forward to getting this out for you guys. We'll get some run footage of it, and we'll see how she does. Alright guys, that's a quick look at the ZB Racing 08425 1/8 scale 4-wheel drive buggy, brushless. Comes with the LiPo battery in there, and so I'm really excited about getting it out to the trails and seeing how it runs. This is going to be my first 8th scale buggy. I've had a 10th scale. I love how they fly in the air, but we don't really do much with the outdoor track right now where I run, and so it's hard to find places to run an 8th scale buggy, so I haven't really gotten into it. And so I look forward to taking this to what is the left of their outdoor track that they've done for just jumping and bashing, and seeing how it does. Maybe they'll let me run it on the indoor track just for a quick little run if I'm not in there with it for too long. And we'll just see how she flies. A little big for that course, but overall, it feels good to me. Again, I don't mind the looks of it. I think it looks good. and you're getting a lot for 200 bucks based on what I can see here. So, but the verdict will be out until we get it out and we actually drive it and see how she handles. And so that'll be coming later this week, guys. But thanks for tuning in. Have fun RCing, and we'll catch you next time.